Before Avengers, before X-Men, before Fantastic Four, there was... "'Twas a dark and stormy night." No, really, it was. A spaceship crashes to Earth in front of a mansion as Lothar and Mandrake, both in full costume for some reason, come out to investigate.
It's Flash Gordon.
Well, yes, show, we know that. Seriously, your intro did quite well in explaining who these people were. Flash worries about his family, who've been taken captive by Ming, though I'd be more worried about what the two grown adult men and a young boy were doing in this house all alone. As Flash recounts his tale, Lothar seems a little doubtful.
Sounds like science fiction, Kashin.
Dude, Flash flies a spaceship and you're friends with a man who can use magic. I think saying something seems like science fiction may be a little insulting. As Ming's forces attack the house, Mandrake shows that he may be a little OP.
It appears to be taking off.
My ship! It's taking off!
It hasn't moved. I hypnotized your pursuers into believing that you flew off.
What's the betting that his powers will never be used like that ever again? And let's end the scene with an abrupt cut.
It looks like you guys saw more action than I did.
At Ming's palace, he speaks with an oddly breathy-sounding robot.
My leader, Garax and the ice robots are reporting in.
And we learn that Ming also has a son, who dresses like Martin Clunes did during the Mara episode of Doctor Who. Meanwhile, Ming's robots learn why having curved walls in a jail cell is a really bad idea.
I have a plan.
The female Earthling, she's gone.
However, Flash's wife is captured, somehow, and Rick is forced to flee instead of just blowing the robot's head off. But I am sure this will all be fine. I mean, it's not like the title card of Flash crying and holding his wife gave anything away. Oh, wait. Rick escapes thanks to the obligatory cute animal mascot that all these sort of shows had, though how he pulled Rick into the hole is a bit of a mystery.
Sure wish I knew where my father is.
Jesus, would you stop with those cuts? Back on Earth, our three heroes set off, and nothing else. Okay. While back on Mongo, Rick isn't faring too well.
It's Ming's pet!
Okay, that was weird. Ming tries to interrogate Flash's wife.
Or I will activate the Inquisitor and drain you of the information I want, and your life force as well. So, you choose to remain silent?
No, she wants to talk, it's just the fact the editor keeps using the same clip. Also, Ming's pet is apparently on the staff payroll. Despite having a chance to save his mother, Rick is scared off whilst Flash and the team finally appears. Ming's forces attack Flash's ship, but can't seem to really hit him at all.
Looks like Ming's got an unfair advantage.
Really? I think it's you guys who've got the advantage. You have 3 of the main characters on board. It pretty much makes you invulnerable. Mandrake uses more hypnosis, and I'm beginning to think the writers don't know what that word means. The team and Rick meet up as Rick tells his father what happened. I mean, I could have saved her, but I kind of chickened out at the last minute. Whilst Flash swears his vengeance upon Ming.
Wherever you go, Ming, I will find you.
All of us. Forever.
He's going to Earth. You know this. You literally told the others this. We finally get one change of scenes as an abrupt, but instead we get a weird moment of continuity. As Rick questions where their little mascot came from.
You little suffoid. What are you doing here?
But he could be seen holding him in the previous shot. One simple change of what the characters said could have easily fixed that issue. The creature presents a crystal that it was hiding, someplace I really don't want to think about, whilst Ming reveals that ice is needed to keep his tech running. So all Flash has to do is wait until global warming defeats Ming for him? Neat. Ming shows off his buff Icemen, and possibly gets a little distracted by them, as they have nothing to do with what he was talking about. While back with our heroes, Mandrake is oddly specific in who they need to help them.
We need the help of someone with the senses of a jungle animal to sniff out this space pirate.
And by that, he just wants to bring the Phantom in on this, which also could have been done a little bit better. Our heroes are captured almost instantly, and I'm not sure why Mandrake doesn't just use his hypnosis, but that's not the oddest question. The oddest question is why this woman...
Halt! The Bandar natives are my friends. Who are you, and what do you want?
doesn't seem to recognize that the natives have taken them captive instead of the other way around. Mandrake introduces himself, and also somehow makes his mustache disappear, which only the finest of magicians can do, while the girl is revealed to be the Phantom's daughter, though with no mention as to her mother, who might be one of the female jungle cats for all I know. Abruptly cutting again, Phantom's daughter, Jeddah, apparently brought a panther with her to school. You know, like you do. While two overly suspicious men confront Rick and LJ.
Get your hands off me! You've grabbed the wrong guys!
So, subtlety isn't something Ming goes for. Right. Jeddah sends her panther off to track the truck, whilst also revealing she was never introduced to the other heroes' kids.
I knew they were in trouble, but I had no idea they were Rick and LJ.
Seriously, what even the hell, guys? The team approach the evil base as we get the most overly unnecessary bit of animation ever.
I call upon the power of 10 tigers.
Let's hope they never do that again. Which apparently makes the Phantom able to climb walls, because tigers could just do that apparently. Yeah, the door was actually open, guys, because that tiger thing was kind of a waste. Inside their cell, LJ laments,
No one will ever find us here.
and is then immediately proved wrong, because ironic lines are funny. Ming states he will execute the team, and somehow Mandrake got goggles, through magic, I guess. And also, neither of the boys thought about escaping until just now. Right. Going for the power generator, Rick's crystal glows, whilst Kisa returns to Jeddah. What's that, lassie? Timmy fell down the well, and Uncle Buck is trapped under an upturned tractor? The execution fails as the kids come to the rescue, though Jeddah apparently goes invisible until after the prison blows up, because she never appears until this shot. Mandrake examines the strange crystal from before, which makes me wonder why he didn't do it earlier, and learns that it has absorbed the personality element of Rick's mother.
Maybe it can be the personality base for the new supercomputer I'm designing.
Because if that's not someone not coping with his mother's death, then I don't know what is. As we end out the episode. Now, I know when I start talking about this, people are going to be annoyed and possibly angry that I dare criticize a classic cartoon. However, just because I mock and critique it doesn't mean I can't also still like it. While I did like the episode, and this show still represents a cornerstone of my childhood, I can't ignore that this intro episode is far from perfect. The problem is trying to form a team in one episode. The time frame is tricky if not pulled off with peak precision, and here we just don't get that. We have characters who pose issues, which are immediately resolved, other moments where things happen for seemingly no reason, like Ming's pet being scared off in one scene, but willing to attack with no fear in another, and we have no time with Flash's wife before her death, meaning that there's no real emotion to it, and her personality being in the crystal just seems to come out of nowhere, along with Mandrake's understanding of it. If you include some of the weirdly out-of-place lines which either make no sense, or have entirely the wrong tone to them, along with some of the more glaring continuity errors and odd plot points, then this isn't really the best opening to a series. In fact, it's hard to call this episode an opening episode. You could likely watch any other episode and still have the same grasp on the show that you would being introduced through this. Though, I will say one extremely positive and obvious thing, this entire show appears to be three single fathers trying to raise their kids. You find me another cartoon that does that, because I sure as hell can't think of one. While the show may not quite be up to the standards of today's cartoons, it is still an enjoyable visit to a classic series. So, I've been Tyas, this has been Tyas Looks At, and I'll see you next time. Okay, just two quick minor corrections to my video to make. One is that Jeddah is seen, albeit very briefly, getting into the truck that she uses to save the others. And the other was the fact that it's actually Rick holding on to his mother in the title card, not Flash, as I originally said. Because, you know, I thought they would want to actually have that emotional moment, instead of just posing Flash like he's trying to be Mario. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to be kept up to date with new content and show some support for the show, you can find our page on Facebook, Find me on Twitter at TyasLooksAt, or subscribe to this channel on Dailymotion. Or if you want to support this show even further, you can find it on patreon.com/TyasLooksAt. Supporting the show will give you access to videos earlier than anyone else, additional bonus reviews, as well as other perks, and allow me to spend more time making content like this. In any way, shape or form you choose to show your support to the show, thanks for watching.